everyone, so today we're going to talk about your referrals area. This is where you're going to go if you are sending a patient off to see a specialist, or perhaps you are a specialist and you're receiving a referral from somebody else. Whatever your situation is, we can accommodate for it in Praktika. I'm going to give very vague information today just because obviously everyone's situation is quite different, but hopefully you can sort of match it to what your current processes are and make it work for you. So I'm going to go to referrals over here on the left hand side. This first screen here for clinics, this is where you have to enter in the actual practices that you are receiving the referrals from or that you are referring to. So this is the practice itself, not the individual people who work at the practice. You just need to click on Add New Clinic and pop in as much information as you have for them and press Save. So it's a very simple process. The initial setup of a system like this can be time consuming, but once you've got it set up, it's so fast and it's really worthwhile spending the time doing it properly from the get-go. The next thing you're going to do is go to your providers screen. This is where you're going to list your individual providers who are working at those practices. So for example, if I go to Amisha, I'll double click to open up her information. I can see that she is actually working at two practices. We've got 24/7 Dental and we've got Bambra Practice. You can list as many different clinics as you need. You just need to click here on clinic and search for the place that they work. These are the practices that you have set up on that previous page that we were just looking at. Definitely use the same user profile over and over again. So Amisha is working at two places. I would not create two different user profiles for Amisha. Just list the practices all under this one profile. It keeps it nice and clean and easy to manage. When you're happy, just press Save. To add in a new provider, you just click on Add New Provider here. Now, when we click on the dentist's name, we can see a list of all of the patients that have been referred or that they have referred to us, depending on your situation. So it's just a really good overview of what's been happening, but you can find these patients elsewhere as well. So if we come over to our management screen, this is sort of like an advanced search filter for your referrals area. So we can find a particular referral, we can enter in a date range. If you have a particular date range in mind, you just need to change the dates up here and then refresh. You can search for a particular provider, or you can search by the status of their referral. So perhaps you want to find any referrals that were created, let's just say in the last month, because that's the date range I've got here, with status sent. So this person, Fred, has had a referral sent to Amisha, and we haven't necessarily heard anything back because the status is still sitting as sent. So this is a really good way to follow up on your patients and make sure no one is slipping through the cracks. If you come over to your management section, we'll go Management and Referral Setup. This is where you can customize all of your options. So you can set the descriptions and the categories for the referrals and also the statuses. So you might want to add in different statuses here, or you might want to remove some of them if you just want to keep things really basic. You just want, sent, report received, and finished. You can make this look however you want it to look. There is no right and wrong. So finally, I'll show you how to actually set up the referral within the patient file. So we're going to come to your patient file. I'm just going to pick a patient that I know has got nothing in there yet because I've just set them up today. You can use your shortcut to referrals, or you can go via the patient file. Now, when you go to referrals, you're going to click on Add New Referral. It's going to bring up this screen for you. So you select whether it's incoming or outgoing. So incoming would be if you are a specialist and you are receiving a referral from someone else. Outgoing if you are a general dentist and you're referring them off to see a specialist. So let's just say it's outgoing. We're sending it off via email. From provider, this is your list of providers. So we'll say it's Simon today. To provider is Amisha. I'm only selecting her because I know I've got all of the information in her file, so it's going to make the letter look really nice for you guys. From here, you can enter in a referral reason, or you can leave this blank. It's completely optional. I'll just type in reason so that you can see what it looks like when we use our macros. Status, you can leave it blank for now. I would, let's just say this is incomplete at this stage. And from here, we can go new document. Now this is going to bring up our templates area. Most of you should have a referrals template that's been set up. If you want help setting one up, reach out to our support team. We're happy to do that for you. So I've got one here called referral letter. As you can see, we've got a lot of different macros available in here. So we've got a macro for our providers, our external provider details, for our patient name and date of birth, and then, finally our internal provider. So as soon as I use this letter, it's going to populate all of that information for me. I have very little work to do in here. We already have Amisha's full details, the patient's details. He doesn't have a date of birth in Praktika, that's why that hasn't come through. And all I need to do is proofread this, make sure I'm happy with it before I send it off. So thank you for referring Philip for reason. This is the referral reason that we had entered in on the previous page. So if you wanted to make your life quicker, you can enter it in on that previous page. Go ahead, type whatever you want to on this document here. You can enter whatever you need. You can also enter in x-rays for the patient. So if you've got images in their file, you have a choice of either clicking on this button here for insert or edit image. Sorry if you can hear my dog barking in the background there. We're in lockdown in Melbourne and I'm videoing this from home. So we'll insert or edit image. And then we come to our source here. Click on this button here. This will load up any images that are already saved in the patient file. So if they have got x-rays or photos, you will see them on this screen. Just so I can show you what it looks like, I'm going to pop in this picture of the family. That's here. I can resize that if I need to, so just drag and resize. So if you're wanting to leave notes underneath a particular x-ray, you can do that there. Alternatively, you can send these as an attachment. So if you're actually planning on emailing this through to the specialist, you might want to send them as an attachment rather than embedding them into the email. You do that by clicking on the paperclip here. You've got the same options. You select which one you need. You can preview them if you need to make sure you're sending the correct one, and just insert. It's going to look like this. Don't worry, that's not going to show up on your email. That's just a visual cue for you so that you know that you've attached something. When you are happy with how this is all looking, you have a couple of options. You can either press email and send it directly to the specialist. If you've got an email address set up for the specialist, it's going to show here, and then you just need to press send. If you would like to send this via an external service, such as MediRef, keep in mind our emails are not encrypted. So you have to make a decision as to whether or not this is the best way for you to send your referrals. Some practices are choosing to save them. And I would do that by clicking on PDF and saving a copy. So that's done. Alternatively, I can print it directly. So if I click on my printer up here, then it will print a copy for me. And then I can give a physical copy to the patient to take with them. So whatever works for you, you'll have to make that decision, and then we can just close out of this screen. We have got a copy of this saved, so I can always see what's been done. What I would do is then say status is sent, for example, whatever, wherever you're up to, just so that you can properly track your referrals, and then we'll save and close. If you are receiving correspondence from somebody else, I would come back to this referral. So like this is the one that we've just set up here. We can come back to this anytime and click on edit over here. And then you can upload things from the computer. So we can go upload, find anything that you've got saved on your computer and upload it there. or you can scan things directly in. So really good way of keeping on top of your referrals. Keep in mind, if you are creating a document for a patient and you're wondering why the referrer's details are not going through, make sure you have gone via this referral section in the patient file. Because if you're going from communications, new document, and then you're using your referral letter, we do not know where to pull this information from. So if I create a document over here, even though this is the same patient, I do not have any of my referring provider's details because we just simply don't know where to pull that info from. We've got hundreds set up in the system, and it could be any one of them. So that's it as an overview. If you have specific questions about the referrals area, let us know. Reach out to our support team. We're always happy to help. Our number is 1300 325 735, or you can email us at support@praktika.com.au.